Hello, Albuquerque. How are you? Are you coming in there?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome two of the actors from my latest thing called Descent, the true story of Anakin Skywalker. To my right is Michael Weppler, who plays Dorez Tuchant.
Hello, hello.
And certainly not on the bottom of my heart or anybody's is Ms. Nicee Wagner, who plays Cerene Nubala. Welcome both of you to the show. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here, but it's so nice to have you and be able to introduce you folks to the audience.
Yes, great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, some of you probably already know that Nikki, this is not her first time in one of my shows. She was actually Dahlia Preston in Into the Zapper, and I was blown away because when I first heard your voice. Now you are someone who came to us from the UK, correct?
Yes, correct. Courtesy of the Royal Air Force.
Okay, RAF.
Yeah.
Never in the history of humankind was so much owed by so many to so few. That's a Winston Churchill quote. I figured, throw that one in there.
Yeah, so for those who heard my voice into the Zapper, and you're just like, who was this random chick? That was me. I promise. That was me.
Well, that was what was so impressive to me was, the voicing that you put together for it. No one would have ever thought that you were, a British actress ever. You know what I mean? You came off like the voicing was like this Pam Grier kind of voice that was just like, bam. It was just so right on there. So kudos. You are certainly a very talented voice actor. What is the right thing to do? Do you say actor, actress these days, or you just say actor? I don't know.
If somebody wants to call me an actress, I'll go with it, but I have no problem whatsoever being referred to as an actor.
Yeah.
No,
that made sense to me because it's like, we're all doing the same thing. You know what I mean? It's just, absolutely. And let's see. So, Nikki, tell me a little bit more. What are you currently doing? Like, besides your outstanding performances on my things.
Besides all of these, I'm actually pretty heavily involved in community theatre here in Albuquerque. I'm actually doing two shows right now. One is called The Mountaintop, and it is a really, really powerful two-person show that takes place. It chronicles and imagined events that take place the night before Martin Luther King Jr. is assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really, really powerful piece. And then later on in the springtime, I'll be doing another show here in Albuquerque called Jitney by August Wilson. And that promises to be a lot of fun. And apart from that, I'm doing a bunch of other voiceovers.
Well, we are so thrilled to have you. Well, I say we, meaning me. So thrilled to have you as part of the troupe, and I feel really blessed. So, if somebody wants to see your shows and they're in the Albuquerque area, I'll leave some, maybe something in the video description as to how they can get tickets and see you.
Sure. Yeah. But the one that I'm doing now, The Mountaintop, that is playing at the Adobe Theatre in Albuquerque. That is on Adobe Theatre.
Okay, well, the gremlins kind of got at you, but I will make sure that, maybe if there's a bill or something, I can, share that with everybody as well, So, okay, cool. So I'm curious, how did you get into doing voiceover and audio drama? What kind of led you into the craft?
Voiceover was just something that kind of came to me naturally. Growing up in another country, learning other languages was kind of like secondary. I started learning, Spanish and French and Italian when I was about 2. Wow. So yeah, you learn early. You gotta learn
language de l'amour. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. And so like doing other like types of countries accents kind of came really natural to me. And when I was in college, I took a voice and movement class, and our midterm assignment that semester was we were supposed to go downtown and do a voiceover. And I had no idea what I was doing, kind of read it. And the creative director pulled me aside and she was like, look, don't tell any of your classmates, but I'm hiring you.
I think we all recognize your talent, my dear. Certainly. So without further ado, I also want to introduce the guy to my right, Mr. Michael Weppler, who plays Dorez Tuchant in Storytellers. Now, I heard something and I found this very hard to believe, and that was that this is your first ever voiceover or voice acting experience.
Yes, it is my first one indeed. It's something I've always pursued, kind of wanted to get into, because like I like doing different voices, accents ever since I was a teenager. So yeah, I'm proud to have come across it, and I'm greatly thankful for this great opportunity. So thank you all.
Oh, well, and Nikki is you are both currently in a troupe together, and so therefore that's how I was fortunate enough to not only have you, Michael, but Marcus Ivy, who plays Mace Windu in this. So I have to give Nikki a co-producer, co-director credit for this, because she's been an invaluable asset to helping make this as well as Into the Zapper happen. So she actually sold me on you. She was like, no, you got to hear this guy. He was like, Michael is something else, and I just think he can pull this off. And it was interesting because I was trying to figure out how to direct this character. And I don't think it was really until, because at first I was thinking it's sort of like Ruby Rod and Dave Skylark from The Interview meets Michael Jackson and Prince, and I was like trying to and the little Dr. Pepper guy, I was like trying to think,
right,
there's somebody who I've met in my life that this all wraps up into. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, Little Richard. And then as soon as I said that, you were like, bam, you had it.
yeah. Well, after a little bit of tweaking, I finally was able to just finalize it. And, if to me, in my head, it just sounded like a half Mrs. Doubtfire and a half Winnie the Pooh. I stuck them together and somehow got Dorez. So it was fun. It was definitely fun just to experience, different inflections and all that. So
how did it feel to be the most famous person in the galaxy?
Oh, it was great. Hey, who doesn't want to be the most famous person in the galaxy, right?
I mean, you were so famous that even Darth Vader knew who you were.
Exactly.
Exactly. I don't know why you are here, he said. That's pretty famous.
Yeah. It was great. It was a great time.
Awesome. Well, as you get to know me a little in my writing style a little bit better, I think a lot of my viewers / readers understand that my go-to strategy for drama is to create wonderful characters, lovable, beautiful characters that everyone can relate to and want to follow. And then I kill them.
It's kind of true.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know why. I just, I don't know. I guess it's just sort of a dramatic lever that that I go to that well a lot, I guess. So spoiler alert, those of you who haven't seen part 1, but for those of you waiting for part 2, it was unfortunate that we had to lose Dorez so soon, but the real point was getting the truthsayer, Cerene Nubala, into the position of taking over as interview. So Nikki, tell me a little bit about your understanding of this character and what being a truthsayer really means.
Oh gosh, to me it's almost like being a reporter on steroids, because it's in the title, literally, just talking about being a truthsayer. And I mean it to the point where I'm willing to put my own life on the line just to get this story out there. So that's I think that's a responsibility that Cerene doesn't take lightly at all, especially after, you know, it came at great cost, without giving too much away. It came with great cost. I know you already
we're assuming everybody's seen it already, but
we're assuming everybody's seen it. But it, you know, since it comes at such a great cost to us, you know, and I got to be careful. I got to be tactful about how I get this story, because one wrong word, you know, force choke.
And that it's funny you should say that, because in the scene that I was just editing not long ago, you actually use sort of a different tone with Vader to get him to talk. You say, speaking of being jealous, you know, I mean, and it was interesting because it wasn't like, you know, you weren't really scared, you know, projecting fear anymore. You were just saying, like, you know, I want to know more about you, where your motive, you know, and you could, but using the words just so it was like, oh, just so.
Yeah, my one moment, my one cheeky moment. Speaking of being jealous.
But you were right, you know. So that's certainly the one of the key things that, you know, I'm trying to, I don't know, I don't want to say repair, because then I'll make all the other Star Wars fans. What I'm changing about this is I didn't believe that Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker had enough human arc, the way it was presented, to make that transition. So I really wanted to add more human arc, and of course, jealousy, big one, you know, fear, you know, fear of losing Padme, and then fear of the Jedi conspiring against him, you know. These are the things that I think really compel good people to do bad things, you know what I mean? And I think that's really where I was trying to go with it. So cool. All right. Let's see. You know, why don't we have a look at a scene here? I wanted to share a couple of scenes and allow you, the actors, to, you know, react a little bit and tell me what you thought of it. Okay?
I'm Cerene, Nubala. I am a truthsayer from Theed. I don't care if I die knowing, but I must know. How could you use that dreaded Death Star to destroy the planet Alderaan? To kill all of those people? Why did you betray Naboo? Why did you kill Senator Omizola?
I did not kill her. I loved her.
That's not the truth that I heard. Everyone on Naboo knows she died by your hand. Just like you killed Dorez Tuchant. How could you ever have been Anakin Skywalker? You're a monster. You're a murderer. You're evil. Why?
I will tell you the truth, truthsayer. I will do so in honor of Padme's life. But after I finish, I will have to destroy you. If you choose to leave now, you may. If you must know this truth, then come with me.
Intense. Wow. So,
only a little.
it seemed to me like he was testing you there, like giving you a choice. Like, yeah, you know, you want to walk away? Go ahead, you know, because I you know, he's got a soft spot in whatever's left of his heart for Naboo, you know, so that was your only chance you had, you know. Sorry, Dorez, but
No.
Sorry, you're out. I'm in.
So curious to hear you know, what was your approach like? I mean, what's going through Cerene's mind as she decides to follow him and get that story?
Oh gosh, I think there's quite a bit flowing through the head at that time, because at on one hand, she knows what's at stake, right? She knows that, you know, as soon as she gets this story, that's the end of her, as evidenced by Dorez over there.
Right.
You know, so she sees that's going on. But on the other hand, I feel like getting this story is in a way kind of honoring Dorez's sacrifice, because, you know, he might not have been a particularly kind boss, but he was still my boss. I had to do something for him, you know.
Don't talk, just assist.
I remember recording that line with Michael, and I think like it was the second or third time that he said it. He said it in such a way, he said it so well that I felt like he was actually saying it to me. I'm like,
I bought it. I was like, oh, totally, yeah. How was it having Cece as your assistant, Michael? An aspiring truthsayer.
Oh, it is very nice. Very nice to have a soothsayer there with me, properly assisting.
Were you expecting for Dorez to get offed like that?
No, not at the beginning, no, but you know, he did what he needed to do.
I loved it when you said the way you read, Darth Vader, it's really you. I was like, when I was editing this, I mean, you know, tribute to you, sir, as an actor. I was like laughing the whole time. It was like, it was just so fun, because it was just every quote was like, you got me.
Yeah, it was great fun. No, I had a really great time doing it. It was a new experience for me, and you know, I'm very grateful. So thank you.
Did you like the way I depicted Dorez in the picture book?
Oh yeah, a little alien guy.
I had to find a picture with him with glasses, or else I wouldn't have been able to visually tell I told you I got this, you know, that wouldn't have worked. So, you know,
Right.
In the I kind of envisioned that those spiky things were kind of like hair that retracts or goes back into his head, or they're like antenna that can go back into his head or come out, you know. Anyway, kudos to the artist who created that image. I'm kind of ham-handed in how I do that. So let me see. Let's have a look at this. Is the scene I wanted to share with everybody, featuring Dorez Tuchant, in which he has decided that he is going to interview Darth Vader.
We need to cease our broadcasting schedule immediately. I will create the apology message for the network.
No apologies, Minku. We agreed. I'm way too popular for that. We are untouchable.
No, we're not. This is different.
Dorez! Don't you see? You're going too far. We cannot go to Coruscant and try to produce an interview with that thing. It's far too dangerous. We all need to leave this broadcast space station, and we need to hide ourselves. Please, Dorez, don't. There's no way I can go with you to Coruscant. I'm sorry.
Caleb, have you seen the comments? Have you seen all the upvotes? Everyone, everywhere in the vast distant galaxy supports us. They want to see this. This is what we worked for all these many years. We are the eyes and ears of the people. I want Vader, and I'm going to get him.
Wow. So yeah, that's a dedicated broadcast professional. And I should mention the actors who played Caleb and Parka Minku are actually a producer and an executive producer in television who I work with, who I talked into doing this. Like, they thought I was kidding at first, but then I showed them the script and they're like, we're in. So they
Nice.
totally see. The thing is, they have talent on set that they are constantly trying to rein in. So like, I just figured it would be difficult to find actors who really understood what it is they do in any way. But as you could see, they didn't miss a beat. You know, it was like they knew exactly how to handle it. So so kudos on that, Michael. Do you have any thoughts, ideas to share on the process there?
Yeah, it was a great process just to be able to dive into that and just to be able to bring it to life, because it was, you know, it was definitely appealing to me, you know, just like this intergalactic superstar and just going around, you know, interviewing people, being like, all right. And now I think like the last, you know, the cornerstone there is to get Darth Vader, and that's something that he's been wanting for a while, and now he's got his chance. Didn't turn out well for him when he did meet him, but
A bridge too far, as we say, right?
all right, right. Mhm.
Well, cool. So listen, I you know, this is the first one of these that I've done. And I don't know, Nikki, I threatened you with the notion of maybe doing some of the others with me. So if you would like to co-host with me, you know, you'll certainly make, you know, the screen light up a little bit more than, you know, than I can. So you're certainly welcome to do that if you'd like to join me. You know, we'll do a couple more of these, and I just want to be able to, just like this, share you know, these very talented actors with all of you, my listeners, so that you could see that, you know, I'm having so much fun with the directorial process. And yeah, these two. One more round of applause for you both. I really appreciate you joining me today on Storytellers. And yeah, more to come. Hopefully, you know, we can get Michael back, you know, to do some things in the very near future. And Nikki, my leading lady, you're always welcome.